Hi ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. We're in the Love, Guns, and Tentacles DLC, or Guns, Love, and Tentacles, I believe is what it's called. But essentially things have gotten to a fever pitch, things are happening. Oh god, we're missing one gosh darn package. Oh, in the founder's office. Okay, so this is not, we're hopefully gonna get this now, because it seems like this is coming to a pinnacle, meaning shit's about to go down. And essentially if you're just like, I won't play this DLC, but I still want to know what the hell's going on. Essentially, we came to this place with Sir Hammerlock and Wainwright to get married, lovely jubbly. He got basically a cultist ring on him, connected him to this other cultist lady, and there's this tentacle monster that has a beating heart, yada yada yada, demon shit. Sir Hammerlock's lovely groom, bride, whatever, is wandering off because he's being possessed by this bad thing, and we're about to hopefully go stop and beat the fuck out of that bad thing. Also, I keep getting skins for every character but Moe's, which is just horrendously annoying. Regardless, as of the weaponry we've unlocked, holy moly, this last hour I've gotten everything to drop. There's this new one which has you basically stacking damage. Also, I got the fire rate and critical hit one, which is pretty dope. And I got this one, which is a brand new anointment, which is when enemies low health, they basically die instantly, but it's 25% low health, so it's like they're already dead. It's kind of a shit perk, I'll be honest, but the weapon itself is great. Also, we got this, which is also great, and we got another one of those, which is critical damage in air, but it's hard to jump, shoot, do all these things, and yes.
We're just ahead, Vault Hunter. Once you get here, we're burning a path straight to the venue and getting this wedding back on track. No mercy, no prisoners, no RSVP.
There's our Gage. The Queen of Anarchy herself hails to the... Also, they had a moment where they almost killed Deathtrap, and I was pissed. I was like, do not just do this, Gearbox, just because you feel like you have to make me sad. Bullshit. But luckily, the bitch came back 10 times stronger, and Deathtrap is looking mean as fuck. He's not looking as mean as you do when you level him up in Borderlands 3, and he gets like giant left arm and shit. So, yeah. Also, didn't mean to shoot, but, you know, yes.
It is almost sad that you will never know a joy like this. My beloved has returned to me, and we are reunited. Together there is nothing.
Sorry. We also got this thing, which is overpowered relic that people have been talking about. Apparently, it's just nuts. Yes, but that will stop me from having a good bit of survival and all that. So I'm a bit worried. For my own health, but we'll see.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. Yeah, but the enemies in town are a lot weaker. We're still on Mayhem 4 though, and we're still managing to survive. Then I got these to drop, so it kind of helps. What do you know? Oh, I think we're at max level. Yeah, level 57 is the max level. Well, hot damn. I don't have enough perks to get the one thing I needed, so we'll have to respec and get rebuild our character basically. But yes. Also, I don't know. I wish Gage had more. I mean, she is in the game a lot, but we don't really get to see Gage. You know what I mean? Like, Gage is just a character. Like, and it kind of, the game almost assumes we already know her, despite Gage has no like dialogue and whatnot in any of the previous games. So we don't know her at all, really. I don't think these are like true legendary things. Yeah, no, they're not. Always when I see this weapon, it has this prefix on it, which just drives me nuts. Because again, it's just like. The whole reason why you like this weapon, its base legendary effect is amazing, but then they're like, okay, but we have to limit it. But I'm like, why? Why do you limit any? You can already one-shot bosses in the game. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, like the prefix, like the parts, I haven't found one that has homing Merv or anything like that. And they're like, well, that'd be too stupidly powerful. Dude, I can already one-shot a boss. Like, what are you talking about? The game is already at a point where it's just kind of nuts. But anyways, onward and upward, Gage. Also, this is probably going to be a part where I cut a lot of the trash out of the goddamn thing.
I will not be intimidated.
Yeah, that one with airborne critical probably would be better. I could jump and shoot, I think, within some facets, so I could be much better. But, you know, whatever. Things die all the same anyway. Hey, it's another one of those, and it looks a little different. Sure, we could use that just to test real quick. We've already showcased this one quite a bit, so yeah, let's test this one more time. I do like the whole like model of the gun though. It looks so good. Come on, Gage. More killing. More killing. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
You're done.
So it does have some homing. Alright, I mean, everything's dying, so it's not bad. Also, the one that has like shoot it in air and you get more damage ends up killing me more than anything else, so yeah. Okay, so this gun. I mean, it's good. Boom, 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 boom. Dead, 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 dead. Lovely jubbly. But then there's this weapon. And then this weapon, I feel like with that consistent damage thing, is gonna be nuts.
About time.
So sorry, we have that relic that gives us like more consecutive hits gives us better damage, and apparently this thing stacks like it's crazy. So with this thing that has so much magazine,
Good to go. Just give me the signal when you're ready to blast that force field.
do it.
Oh yeah, it's laser time, babe.
Ah, also magnetic.
Not like that. More rogues coming in hot.
Got it. Although this does not have splash damage.
Even with the laser, it's gonna take a while.
You cannot break this barrier. It is the power of Gideon itself. You are beaten. Can't you see that? But I must say your misplaced determination is almost endearing in a way.
Yeah, the best weapon to use with that like multi-hit proc is a shotgun because you can hit so many pellets so many times. In fact, let's just do that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the best. Oh. That's Gage. I was shooting at Gage. My bad. I was about to say. Yeah, this is a fire gun though, so it's kind of shit when it comes to that. Let's go back to this one. This one's much better. Do 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 do. Bam. Bam bam. Bam 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 bam. Let's activate our special thing, our anoint, because that gives us some cool stuff. Check this out, critical damage. Yeah, critical damage is nuts. And we got more of the same kind of weapon that we already have, but it's still kind of cool. I'm happy about it, even still. There's an afterlife. I'm gonna hunt the shit out of you. Oh, that's pretty great. Ooh, but then we got this. What do I have on this? Ooh, this is a critical one. Shit, this is one like I want to keep both. Yeah, because doing that much damage to bosses and named enemies, this weapon art does good against like lesser enemies. But that critical damage is so good. Let's mess around with it for a little bit.
Doing things, are we?
Consecutive hits. That's a badass enemy, so we just got melted. Love it. Now if I get one that activates like on anointment chance,
Scrub.
that'd be pretty great. Can we not do this? Jesus Christ, they're dense. Let's do one of these. Man, when you got a Mayhem 4, you gotta match elemental stuff way too consistently. Some of this. Give it a minute. I gotta load it up. It's a whole thing. I also broke it apparently. That's good. Are you a boss? Maybe?
I
don't know. What I do know is I got some more shit from more people.
A squall of steel.
I see, this is still the best possible outcome for me, is that it's my TDR stuff. It still kills like you would not believe. You would not believe how effective it is still. If they were to stop goddamn spawning all the time, the different locations, but this will deplete me, and I don't think I can use the consecutive hits anymore because it's going against what we do, which is we need this, yeah, to refill ammunition. Exactly.
Just feeding the birds.
Just feeding the bird, she says. Excuse me, I also heal off of the splash damage, so it's just nuts. Also, this is a lot at this point. Everything is dropping every other minute. I do think I want this one rather than that one, just because I like the critical damage. When I get a critical damage or hit, they melt. Let me check these legendaries, we'll be back. Same shit, different story. That sucks. Again, that's the whole point of TDRs and why they're fucking amazing is because of that. Does it have some sort of special thing on it that I didn't see? Lifesteal for a short time? Nah. He just still lighting people up. Is he dead? No, he's on the ground. That's what happened. Where is he? There he is. Look at the man. Get the rickety wrecked. So many explosions. This one's also good, except that one I'm more looking at the anoint. While barrier is active, you. What do you think I am?
Impossible! Gideon cannot feel pain! What have you done?
batteries are almost dead.
Alright, well, you leave, Gage.
Wainwright and Hammerlock are down there, but Death Trap is drained. I gotta stay here and keep him going. We'll keep them off your back while you get in there and save our grooms.
You sure about this?
You're our best shot at keeping our grooms from being consumed by this giant monster. I'm delegating. This is what being a wedding planner is all about. Get going.
Yes, telling other people what to do and with vicious vengeance, yes. Alright, let's go. Let's save our boys. Our boys who love each other very much. And that's the whole other half of the DLC that you guys missed. Well, actually, no, you guys seen the Wendigo hunt. Fuck, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, friendly reminder to stay hydrated. Man, do it. God.
Now,
I'm getting
let's
warm.
find this heart.
I don't want to waste my money.
I may be of some service. The halls of the venue are a nest of secrets. For now, you must travel deeper.
Doom approaches in the form of...
Got it, weirdo.
Faster!
Understood.
With big strength. Give me the power to do what must be done.
Do 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 do. Ba da ba 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 da. Ba da ba ba. If only Gage had some sort of ricochet thing, she'd be extra nuts. Also, alright guys, I was having a fun time with like all the other shit, but like this is just what we gotta do. We gotta go back to our sweet love, which is the TDOR nonsense, which I thought we had like we could upgrade, like we could actually have a TDOR build and it make it fun, because there's legendaries that facilitate that shit, and it could be fun. But I mean, they just basically capped what that they can roll on it, so you can only roll the same boring shit over again. And I'm like, what? How does this keep happening? Where like, who's the guy who's like, no, actually, we can't do that. We can do everything but that. And I'm like, what? Why? It doesn't make any sense. I have a feeling that the love of her life fell in love with the weird tentacle monster, and I feel like it's just in Borderlands, or not Borderlands, Gearbox's wheelhouse to be like one of those kinds of weirds, you know? And honestly, they could be a kind of a funny story, like, hey, I loved my husband so much, but turns out he left me not for a pretty woman, but some sort of weird squid shit. And it's real shit. Honestly, it sucks a lot. And that's why I was trying to find someone that could be my love, or something, 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 I don't know.
Wait, I lost count.
So I feel like that's what's gonna happen. The monster is gonna spawn, and then it's just gonna be like a shit show for her. She's gonna be like, oh, by the way, I messed up and I got eaten by that said monster, because that's just Borderlands nuts, craziness, where it's like, hey, by the way, you summon this demon because you think it'll marry you. Turns out it'll eat you in the first 10 seconds because you're stupid and you did bad choices. We're just doing some of this, some of that, some of this, this, that, this, this, that, 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 this, that, that. Everyone dies in such spectacular fashion, limbs and shit flying all over the place. Now, mind you, they would do the same to me, so I feel less bad. Also, again, in this game, one of my favorite things that Borderlands, or the Gearbox, has facilitated to some extent, is that like there is immense value in purple weapons, which there used to never really be. But just because they could have the right perfect tiny roll where like each part is perfect, and then make it really, really strong. So it is still good to do those, but with the age of downloading save files, I feel a little bit less, it's unnecessary, or not as necessary. Also, look at these. These guys are clearly hunters as well.
Should you find yourself blocked, perhaps inspect the menagerie of faces on the wall. You never know what might be staring back.
Understood, my dear friend, who is totally sinister, but actually just a really good guy. Like a really good guy. Honestly. Very sweet gentleman, and just has some really weird... It's like the Addams... No, Adam family are like actual crazy people. But you know, if they weren't, that'd be Gideon. Also, yeah, our mech is really strong because they buffed our mech, but also it seems like it's my level, which my guns aren't. Like the weapon we're currently using is not my current level. Oh yay! Ooh, but there's this.
That ghastly thing seems to be missing an antler. Perhaps if you restore it, you will find a surprising passage.
Got it, Gideon. Oh, in here mayhaps. There's one.
Yes, that should clear the way.
Oh no, there's another one.
Founders keep an office in the venue. They use it frequently.
See, this is the shit right here, man. Why the fuck? Some of they recently showed like on a Twitter pic of like what all these skins for this DLC look like. Why can't we have that? That is so unbelievably sick.
You will find what you seek near at hand when you sit where
it's him.
evil stands.
Right, Gideon? All that. I'm just kind of like, Gideon, I know you're a good guy, but you just come off in a real kind of way, you know? You don't get into wood blocking unless you are ready to Nice. Apparently they upgrade all those snipers and they're real good now.
Some say hidden switches are going out of style, but in my opinion, they're a timeless classic.
Me too, Gideon. I agree. Let's read this.
I am alive, or something like it. Eleanor put the ring on Harrington's finger, and now here I am, wearing Harrington like a glove. Yes, that's exactly how it feels. Like I am holding my hand against ice, but I am warm and safe. All around me I hear the steady beat of the heart, and I know that is where I truly reside. But I enjoy that life-giving rhythm. It gives me strength and drowns out Harrington screaming in the back of his mind. Or is it my mind now?
Ooh, so that's what it is. So he fused with the heart, and then he became his wife basically was like, I want you back because I love you, but also you put your love in a crazy person, lady. But anyways, I have no idea what this thing is. Usually it's usually in like one of these, right? Oh, grenade. Turns out I have so much armor and health that it'd be fine. Oh, Gideon, my mother of God. It's kind of sick, honestly. Also, what is that? It's a fuck bot? Bot job. Jesus. It's a little something commander. Oh, God. Is that Axton? Holy shit, if that's Axton. Oh, I didn't get to see. That looks like Axton.
You descend
Anyways.
now into the fleshy shell of Githion itself. Few who set foot there live to tell the tale, but I hope you will be one of them.
Thank you,
Oh,
buddy.
that's so gross. Everything is meat.
It's pretty sick. Honestly, it's not great. What's that? Not a bad find. Again, at this point, I'm only interested in the new legendaries, which there's a good bit of them. But again, I mentioned it beforehand, but I'm really sad that they didn't like really capitalize on the idea that like this is this occultist kind of thing. So the legendaries don't reflect that at all. They're just kind of like, it feels like stuff that they've had in storage, with the exception of the Anarchy gun, which it still sounds like something you'd have in storage. But I don't know. Yeah. I was hoping one that actually embraced like the occultism kind of thing and had some sort of cool effects around that.
Monstrous twins bonded twice. Kill them together to bond them thrice.
Will do, Gideon. Ooh, I almost got rickety wrecked. But also, this goes to shit really fast if I didn't do the thing. Oh, you got a lot of health. You got to... Yep. I was thinking that was going to be a bad time because of that. There's not a little bit of me that thinks that this is going to be okay for me. Maybe. No. As much as maybe one time or one day that could have been enough, but unfortunately, no. Nah, I can't let them hit me though. Which is nuts, because I have so much health when I come out of my Iron Bear like that. And then again, I think I need to like juice up in order to get the fully, I think it's 74k health for me. Throw some grenades. Rolls that. Alright, good. Now we're just gonna chuck them. Keep chucking them. Keep chucking them. We gotta make the best of this time right now. You keep trying to kill my bot. Turns out my bot has a monstrous amount of health as well.
There's my ass.
Yeah.
An impressive lock, I must say. But every safe can be cracked.
Well, it looks like we got some cool weapons on the upside. The downside is that I dealt so much damage that all it takes is one of those little things to hit me, and then the dot damage itself kills me because I crit. But if I could get rid of that thing where whenever I critical hit, I deal that damage, incendiary damage to myself, then I think it would be okay. But I don't know. It also helps melt any sort of flesh enemies just generally, so you can use an electric weapon and kind of get the benefits of fire. You know, so I don't know. But what I do know is we got some new shit. 3 magazines, increased reload speed, and handling. No, Picture a soul. Now rend that thing. Ooh, that sounded new and also looks pretty damn sick. Ooh. Picture a soul. Now render it. Now rend that thing. All right. Well, it looks really cool. Let's equip that on. Yeah, let's do that one. That one's kind of the same, so we gotta make it different. Cool. It's really accurate. What's semi? Huh, hopefully it has a lot of crit damage.
A crow in flight, blood dark as night, a midnight chime, a hand of slime.
Got it, buddy. Are we just turning these?
A crow in flight, blood dark as night, a midnight chime.
He's like, come on, asshole. It's obvious. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was looking at my gun. I was listening to you speak.
Holy crap, Vault Hunter! The entire village just started shaking. Whatever you're doing down there, the monster doesn't like it.
I still have no idea what this weapon does. Oh, it fires! See? That's what I wanted! Yes! Shit like that! I want to fucking throw around death like we just summoned a skull. Yes! It did not a lot of damage. It's not what I'm way too excited, but it was at least it's something kind of like a culty. I hate the look of it though, so we're gonna switch it to probably just a nice dark black finish. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like this. Simple but yet beautiful. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Now we're throwing off like little tiny skulls and shit. I don't know what procs it or what's the whole mimic or thing about it.
Scrub.
Is it whenever we get a critical hit? Regardless, we're letting this shit fly, although I don't know what it does.
Damn it.
Yeah, what? I don't get, I mean, is it whenever we get a critical hit? Well, I want to do some testing. Yeah, I think it's whenever we get a critical hit. Although I love it. And all of it counts as, what do you call it, radiation damage. Yeah, also, I can be accurate with it. Oh, but it never aims for the one I'm looking at. So there's this one right here. If I hit him in this critical shot, yeah. Yeah, the crit shot is what makes it. Now with the red anoint on this, that could be sick. Also, I like how accurate it is. It's like a pinpoint accurate, so I think you can just riddle headshots and then send these things after them. I love that. So that's what I want more of. That kind of like this has a crazy skill. It's not like, hey, you regenerate ammunition. It's like, no, we fire skulls when you get critical shots, which is hella rewarding. Either that or it's random. Maybe it's just a random chance for you to do that. Or maybe it's whenever you take damage. That could also be it, which is great for Gage. Not Gage, sorry, our girl. Our person named Bose. I don't know. If only I had a little bit more ammo or something. Reload speed, whatnot. It'd be cool if it was like slag, because it kind of does have that purple look to it. Kind of getting wrecked. So we go from like being okay and then like melting and then not so much. So yeah. Yeah, see, I don't think I need to hit crits. Or if I do, it counts as my other one as well. Yeah, if I get one in fire or something like that, that'd be so sick. Or even electricity, that'd be good too. Although I would love to make a build around that gun though. I do kill everything before I progress.
Myself to you once again, my darling Eleanor. Oh, I feel it now. I am filled with the glory of Githy.
Rennie, stop this! You have to fight back!
That's quite enough out of you, Blow.
Come on, stay alive. I'll have you know. This is not bad timing. Oh, come on. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. This. Stop hitting me with that shit. God. Also, I don't really like that they tell you like what some of the legendaries, they specifically tell you what they do, and a part of me is kind of like, well, it kind of goes against what it all is about, you know, like you find out some shit. Then again, I don't mean to be a prude. So it runs after people, it will shoot its thing, and then it should explode in like a MIRV. Yeah, like it explodes into a bunch of tiny other guns at a point. It'll explode. Unless it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, well, shit. I don't want to go down. Oh, I went down. I hate it.
Wasted it? Can't stop.
It should do a lot of damage. Yep. Does a lot of damage because I got the special perk on it. It's good. Alrighty. We're making things happen, albeit I feel really weak. I have almost have 1,000 health. Put that in perspective. That's nuts. But yeah, enemies still dropping me like crazy. So like, okay, I get it. Man. Also, yuck. That's an intestine or something. Why would you want to be all in this, you know? Yeah.
Haddington's body barely lasted a year. It seems the heart hasn't cured me, only passed my illness onto the vessel. I'll need a new one. For now, there are still some of the original research crew that refuse to be bonded, but we'll need a steadier supply eventually. They won't last forever.
Oh, so he's sick and he tried to live forever so he could stay with his beloved. Okay.
Now, where were we? Ah, yes. I pledge myself also to you, my beloved Vincent.
You guys waited a long time. What happened?
Gideon's renewal is also ours. You and I, my darling, we are eternal. Our worldly troubles shall break like waves upon the rocks.
Whatsoever stands in our way, it shall be shattered. Whomsoever stands between us, they will be destroyed.
Peace!
Whatever you guys
I
want.
love you, Eleanor.
I love you, Vincent.
We are eternal. I take it all back!
You guys are a wee bit intense. Has anyone ever told you that? Just not a lot, like a lot, you know?
Time for a
not even a little bit. Well, again, purples can be very good. I'm just a fucking bastard about it. I'm like, whatever. Is that gold? Fucking get away from me. That being said, I don't think they've released new purple weapons, which would be really cool if they did. So there's some sort of new ultra type of. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't do that. Like make a manufacturer kind of thing, or just like save a couple. So we had a lot at the start of the game where like Children of the Vault didn't really ever get their like day to shine, you know. So I think it'd be smarter if they like held back manufacturing. Again, I'm still waiting on that melee weapons that they made like concept art a while ago. Y'all, I'm just moving on through, and we're gone. This is maybe the boss fight, maybe? I think it has immunity phases though, which is gonna bother me.
You will never shatter our bond.
Yuck, also.
Vault Hunter, kill these love-maddened tyrants.
Did they say love will consume you?
My beloved, I think I'll toy with them for a little while. It will be such fun.
Oh, take your time, darling. We have all the time in the world.
There you are. Get her, burn her alive, all that. She's actually very weak, surprisingly very weak. Gonna pepper her with some of that. But the main course is... I don't know where she went. She despawned. Really horrible timing for me, honestly. There she is. Some more of this. Some more of this. No, now she did it. Immunity phases.
Let me take a turn.
Dwayne, right?
No! I'm not done with them, Vincent!
Ooh.
Well, I can't let you have all the fun now, can I?
Fair enough. I'll sit this round out for you.
Well, say what you want. They're like a bunch of psycho crazy people, but they seem to be genuinely in love. It's fine. It's gonna happen. Just gonna do some of this. And this should make us do a lot more damage. Now we got our thing. Again, they really should come up with some sort of way to make that easier. Oh god, is it not? There it is. Let's say, what happened? Oh, we gotta physically take out those. The heart shards. Tentacle shards.
We're always stronger together, aren't we?
Of course, beloved.
They can't keep us apart any longer. Let us finish this as one.
Taking his heart away.
With pleasure.
Nope, there's one I missed. There's multiple I've missed. Never mind. Like some of them just fade off into the abyss. Quite disappointing, actually.
How could we let such a worm defeat us? It was
Darling,
meant to be eternity.
Yeesh. Yeah.
Winnie! Winnie, are you all right?
I feel like myself again. Are you okay, Alistair?
I was so afraid.
So was I. But not anymore. Alistair, let's do this damn thing. Let's get married right here.
Oh, but the rings...
Well, I reckon the curse is lifted, which makes these rings just some fancy jewelry.
Carved from the heart of a vault monster. Quite the collector's item.
Well, then count me as a collector.
Vault Hunter, would you do the honors?
Hey! I like that they're like, hey, by the way, so now you exist. I'm like, oh, thank God. Good. What is this? Oh, it's Gage. All right. Let's do this.
Remind me sometime to tell you about the time I captured a saurian by grasping its rear appendage. It's a gripping tale. You're not laughing yet, so I'll pause for the joke to land. Still nothing. Gripping? Tail? Well, it's quite humorous, I assure you.
I don't think I was just Dr. Hammerlock. It was Dr. Wainwright. Hey.
We are gathered here today, covered in viscera and otherworldly goo, to bring these two together. Wainwright, do you take this man to be your husband?
Damn right I do.
Hammerlock?
Hammerlock, do you take this man to be your husband?
Without hesitation. Indubitably, yes.
Then, by the power vested in me, by a night school certificate in mech upkeep and maintenance, I pronounce you groom and groom. Now smooch, you adorable bastards.
Oh, it's gonna be a cutscene?
I told myself I wouldn't cry.
Claptrap's like, everyone's gonna be like, you're ruining it, Claptrap. I hate you. It's trash. It's nice, and they still have them rings, which I don't think the power is tapped out of them just yet. But I mean, I wish they would have more kind of commented more on like how crazy in love those other people were. Oh, the death trap engage. I will say, I am very worried for the upcoming DLC with that I think Krieg exists in. I think a lot of people are like betting on that. Yeah, because I mean, I love Gage. I love Gage as a character. I just feel they didn't do the great job of like. They almost felt like you already knew Gage, and they didn't really do a good job of being like, "Hey, this is what I've been doing for such a long time." And I know she kind of breezed by it. You know, she was crazy at 18, and then she's trying to level out and become a wedding planner and chill out. But then she also has moments where she's just like, she says something from like a past DLC, like in Borderlands 2. Also, that's Claptrap's adventure. But anyway, she says something about like an old thing that she did in a previous DLC, and she's like, "Oh, I miss having friends," because she quoted Torg, but I was like, "Oh, that's kind of sad." Also, it's very cool. I like the music. That's nice. It's my kind of music. But yeah, I don't know. A part of me does feel like I wish Gage was a little bit more Gage, I guess. Like that's the thing. I think they try to show you that like, hey, Gage tried to like become a wedding planner and change to be more adult. But I'm like, but that's not the Gage I know. The Gage I know is a fucking crazed badass who revels in chaos. You know, but also has like cherishes her friends and is very sweet, you know. So like she's an anarchist, but she doesn't mean she doesn't like protect the shit out of her people and her friends. I guess you do get a lot of that subliminally in this DLC, but I don't know. It does feel like that kind of change. Oh, also look at that, the lodge guy is like, well, thank you for staying by, and everyone gets drinks. Again, I do think it's very strange. And I wish Gearbox would change that. Like out of all the things, I think that's one of the biggest ones I wish it would go, as well as that's hilarious, as well as the immunity phases within boss fights. But one of the things I wish Gearbox would do is put us in cutscenes, because it's just so awkward and weird that we're just not there. Like it's so jarring, and it breaks the story and makes you feel like unimportant to such a deep extent, or at least to me. Like I just like what's happening? Like at least in that one they look at the camera and you're basically that. But I don't know, that one's weird. So I'm hoping that in future DLCs they'll do that, of us not just being like this the cutscenes being specialized to like the other people besides you, but you are the fun. Like again, especially after just playing Doom Eternal, which does such a good job about like showing like the fact that you slayed so many demons. You're like this powerhouse. That you are like they show the world reacts to you in that way as well. Whereas in this game, it feels very much like you're like you contribute the most, but then are like dissolved into the background, you know, because of the cutscene thing. But anyways, let's skip that. Cool, very cool, very happy with it. We also got a new gun, baby. Also, we did not get a legendary for the last fight, although we got like all of the legendaries.
But the
going up to
festivities
it.
have only just begun. Join us back at the lodge for the reception.
Nice. All right, we'll do that real quick and then we'll wrap this up. But what is the gun that we just got? We have a lot of legendaries, so I may not be able to measure up, but still. Ooh, it's a pistol. Ah, it's a pistol. To have and to hold. Oh, it's got a diamond on it. Intriguing. I wonder what it does that's special. But I like the way they kind of showed the DLC. I don't think they made some sort of like grand claim about like love or whatnot, just about like your emotions can tell you 1,000 different things, and like the logical brain can make so many good arguments for why you maybe shouldn't be with this person. But when it comes down to it, like for Hammerlock, and we actually seen that in the same video, I think I recorded that part, but it was basically Hammerlock saying when I was about to die, and when we were about to fight this horrible beast, the only thing I wanted to do was be by my person's side, this person I fall in love with, you know. And with what's his name, he has just doubt about him meshing with Hammerlock. But I think what I call Hammerlock basically in that one part was like, fuck it, I don't need to slay beasts anymore, or that doesn't need to be the thing that makes up me, you know, which is nice. But look at all this.
Till death do us part.
How are you, bud?
Took up interpretive dance for a while.
Happily ever
Let's
after.
kick things off, shall we?
Now all the cursed halberd is over, it's time for the reception.
Apropos of nothing, but if you have a destination wedding without an open bar, you deserve to be flayed alive.
You deserve to be flayed alive. I forgot to get this, I guess, the founder's office. Shit. Damn. Also, Gage, don't have anything for us?
It's over. Wedding accomplished.
Cool. I didn't get a helmet or anything. I didn't get to farm the boss in order to do that, the invincible guy. I might. No, I don't think I'll film the after party though. I think that's neat, but that basically is the premise. So we have one more part, ladies and gentlemen, to do of like the true end game aspect of that, and what that is taking down something the invincible, which should be a shorter part. This one may have been more lengthy, although I probably would try to condense all of me just chucking T-doors and showcasing some of the new weapons. But I like the DLC a lot. Again, I like the premise of love, and again, I only think my only regret from it, or not regret, hope, was kind of dashed. And it's the idea that they would give us more, like we're dealing with the occultist, with like Cthulhu level shit, like mind and serpents and like black magic stuff, and a lot of the DLC weapons are kind of not that. We found the one, my favorite that we ended up messing with, which is this one right here. Yeah, this one, which summons forth like a skull if you get a hit with it or something, which is amazing. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, stop talking your ear out. Thank you so much for your time. Subscribe button below me or wherever it is on the screen, because I don't know where my face cam is, because I don't want it to be intrusive. So maybe actually to the left. So it may be that the two videos are to my left, and the subscribe button is below me. Yeah, the subscribe button should also always be below me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time, and goodbye.